Good morning. It is a beautiful Saturday, February 8th, here at the Jonathan Dickinson State Park in sunny Florida. It's a little on the chilly side. It's 55 degrees, but it's perfect hiking weather. I'm here at the ranger station, just checked in and registered to do the Ocean to Lake Trail, which is about a 61-mile trail. The reason I checked in here is because I'm taking an Uber about 60 miles over to Lake Okeechobee, I believe it's called, where I will start the hike. Plan on doing it in 4 days, and then I'm going to end up somewhere over here on the ocean in Hobe Sound. So the Ocean to Lake hike in reverse coming up. Just got dropped off here at the lake. This is Lake Okeechobee. I guess it's the biggest lake in Florida. And this is where my hike starts. Just gotta head back that way. 60 something miles. Welcome, says the palm trees. We're going to follow the orange blaze, which I also think is part of the Florida Trail. Florida orange. Love it. Breakfast time. So it's about 9:30 in the morning. I got a couple of honey buns to start this hike. And hopefully we're going to complete about, I think, 18 miles today, give or take. And it's going to be a gorgeous day out here on the trail. Well, been hiking about a half hour now, and it's just this farm road back here and pastures and fields. I think that is a quarry over there. So very, very easy. But again, I think this whole trail only has something like 314 feet of elevation change. So Florida, you're flat, but I heard the terrain can be treacherous through swamps and sand. The buzzards circling me already. Hopefully that's not foreshadowing. I think those are vultures. Well, I was distracted by the buzzards. I took this right, and then my gut's like, I don't know if you want to go back that way. And all there is here, in this little blocked off gate here, is this little sign that's hidden behind this post that's faded. So let's go over and head that way. Mile 4. I think this is starting to feel like what I was picturing in my head. These are pine barrens and palm trees. And palmetto plants. It's about mile 4. 12 o'clock on the dot. And I'm at the Loop 4 campsite, 8.7 miles in. So, started at 9:30 and it's noon now. Making really good pace. The trail has been absolutely lovely. It is, what's the temperature right now? 70 degrees, sunny. The trail is soft and flat with pine needles and sand. And this is going to be a perfect spot for lunch break right now. Loop 4 campsite. What's for lunch? Got to get my protein in. So I have my tuna. And I'm going to put that on some sun-dried tomato basil tortillas. I have my peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter energy bar, which has 13 grams of protein. And then my all-time favorite, the Energy Rush, which has the, I guess, 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. And this one does not have the electrolytes. The other ones that I do usually have electrolytes in them. I don't know, must have been an old one. Yeah, like this one. Energy Rush Hydration with electrolytes. That's for after. So I brought this water, and I didn't drink it on the way because I had my regular water bottle, which is my 500 ml bottle. And then I noticed there's a pump over there. So we're going to pump and then filter some water and use that Energy Rush 4C electrolyte pack to flavor it, as I heard that it's pretty sulfur tasting. So this is the first hike that I've used AI, artificial intelligence, to help me plan and navigate as I go. I didn't count on having service at all the spots, but I did talk with Gemini about a 4-day itinerary. And I just talked with her and I told her I was ahead of schedule, and here's what she's saying.
Little Gopher Campsite.
Instead of going to Power Line Campsite, she's telling me that I got the green light to go to Little Gopher.
Distance to go, 9.9 miles. Required pace, 1.8 miles per hour. You are currently doing approximately 2.1 miles per hour. Estimated arrival, 5:30 p.m., 40 minutes before sunset.
Bam.
Why this is a high value.
And then she tells me why it's a good idea. And then, hi Miri, hi Mom. Beautiful sulfur smelling well water. I remember my mom's Uncle Al, so my great uncle on my mom's side, used to live in Florida that had well water, and I think she used to tell me it used to smell like rotten eggs. Sure does. So I filtered it with my Sawyer Squeeze. Smells god awful, but let me taste it. I got a flavor pack, but I'm just curious. Oh, it is bad. Wow, it's worse than I expected. Definitely gonna use the flavor pack. The trail shall provide. My phone was down to 80% already, and then I'm looking around and I see a power bank here, and it's got just enough juice to get me charged up to probably about 90%. So amazing. Just about 1 o'clock, and I've left Loop 4 campsite. I've decided that Power Lines campsite's too close, so we're gonna push on about 10 miles to Little Gopher. I think the rest of the day is gonna be nice trail like this, soft and flat. You got pine needles and sand, and it's 74 and sunny right now. It's a gorgeous day. I've only seen 2 through hikers and 1 day hiker out here. I feel like I got the whole trail to myself. It's beautiful and lovely. Yep, missed this one. I was looking down like this. You look up and it's like a long road and you're like, oh, okay, maybe there's an orange one up there, and boom, you walk right by this one. I only made about 100 yards up the trail, or the road I should say, and missed the trail. But here we go, back on it. Ooh, new level unlocked. I like this. Maybe this is what they mean by the pine barren. If there were more leaves on the tree, it would almost be a green tunnel. But it is a little shadier here. Oh, wild boar and a green tunnel. So there's a deer over there, and there's a wild boar straight ahead. Now, I think they're pack animals, so where there's one, there might be more off here. Let's see. And I know there's been a lot of activity around because the ground has been rooted. I don't see any more. 230, mile 14.4. This is the Power Line campsite. And I think this canal is the water access point, but to be honest, I haven't even drank that well water yet. Looks like there's another person here, but they may be off doing their business, so I don't know. I'm gonna see how much time I have here, and then I'll push on to Little Gopher. I'm making good time. I stroll on the canal now. So I decided not to stay at Power Line and get water because I still have almost the whole entire liter left. It's about 2:40 right now, and I only got another 4 miles or so to get to the next water source. So I'm gonna start drinking up this flavored well water. Here's my first sip. Oh, still bad, even with the flavoring. Not as bad, I can drink it. Hopefully the next water source is a little bit tastier. I missed the spring water. And the trail provides. Okay, I'm gonna crush this smelly egg water, and then I'm gonna get some fresh water to bring for the remaining 4 miles of this hike. What a blessing, so grateful. And that's why they call it the power line campsite. I mean, technically, you can camp anywhere where it's flat, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Nah, I was just playing. You can't. Jalapeno cheddar Cheeto time. If you know, you know. Look, it's a beach. Kinda. Huh. Well, I think I'm extremely lucky because this feels kind of like it should be swampy right now. And I probably just jinxed myself. So we'll see what lies ahead. But I think this is one of the areas that's probably flooded quite often. And even this ground is a little bit mushy. I think I'm about 2 miles away from the next camp, which is Little Gopher. And far out, there's a lot of buggy roads. And I'm thinking, like, do I need to break out some mosquito repellent? Because I did bring some. I wasn't trying to have a Cranberry Lake 50 incident. And then I realized it's buggy roads, meaning this is for swamp buggies. So I'm not sure if they're out here hunting and using a swamp buggy, or are they just joyriding around on the side-by-sides, or if a swamp buggy's different. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't seen or heard any. But this is what the roads look like. And I got tricked again. I was like, swamp buggy road, and I missed the turn. Got about a half a song up, not too far, and then I didn't see the blazes. Around here, I mean, you should be able to look up and see a blaze at any point. See, several actually. Feels like the AC. This is really a green canopy. Take my sunglasses off in here. Oh, it's nice and cool too. It heated up to about 74 degrees, but here it feels noticeably cooler. And it is lush. It's 4 o'clock on the dot. I think I'm about a half mile from the campsite, Little Gopher. Feeling phenomenal. What the heck is that? Is that a wolf? It is fast. Wow. Gone. What the heck was it? Alright, this is the Gopher Canal, I guess. Supposedly there's big gators in here. And I'm supposed to stay away from the culverts. I don't know, there's something swimming around down there. Is there an access spot somewhere around here? It looks pretty stagnant too. Huh. What to do? The fish are going crazy. Are they being hunted by a gator? Is that why they're jumping like that? Maybe I should get water down on that side. Yeah, let's try it over there. Alright, I can't tell if people just go down here or if this is like a slope that gators slide up and down. I don't see anything down this bank, but we'll see. Looking okay. Look like we got some swamp juice. Alright, I guess we'll give it a scoop or two. I don't see any eyes popping out at me. Alright, let's scoop fast and try to get on out of here. Guess this is as good a spot as any. He's having a party here. Still some left. Should I do a shot to the club? Only about 2 miles from camp. I think I want to sit down and filter there. But I only have a single strap on top, not those Y straps. So let's see if this holds for the 0.2 hike. Little Gopher Campsite. Wonder if there's a big gopher. Wonder if there's gophers. Wonder if they mean gopher turtles. Wow. Wonder if anybody's here. Doesn't look like it. Hey, oh, somebody left firewood. We'll do a little fire going tonight. I didn't see any no burn signs around. Nice. Beautiful. Where's a good spot? Oh wow, it's a big campsite, lots of spots. Huge. This looks beautiful. No rocks, hardly any twigs to pick up, soft crunchy leaves, pine needles, and it's flat. It's right by the fire. So, boom, right there. And it's only, I mean, I think this is actually the trail that goes through here. So, day one, we are dropping the pack. 4:15, mile 18.6, Little Gopher Campsite. So far, all to myself. Teach me how to Stewie's. Stewie's cream soda with the Gatorade in there. Swamp juice Gatorade. Let's see. So much better than that pitcher pump. I hear something. Sounds like a motorized vehicle. I drove that away. Probably, yeah, I can hear it off in the distance. Wonder if it's a hunter or just joyriding out here, off-roading. Oh, there's a Jeep. It's literally just a Jeep driving in the back roads. There you go, you can see it right there. Super cool. Man, it'd be awesome if they could do some trail magic. So this is the road they came down. Yeah, it looks very drivable. If you have an all-wheel drive vehicle like that, you don't even need a true ATV. All right, yes, I'm back at Gator Alley here, I guess. Even though I didn't see it. The water was filtered and it was delicious. So instead of doing this early in the morning tomorrow, because I want to get a real quick start, got a big day through the swamp tomorrow, I'm going to grab another 2 liters of Gatorade right now, and then I will filter it tomorrow morning so I don't have to come back this way. Okay, is the coast clear? Yeah. This tiny little 2-pound tent, the Night Cat, is going to turn in to the perfect 1-person tent for tonight. Step 1, unfold it. We're going to put tent stakes in those, and then we'll put the tent pole and we'll be good. Bam. Honestly, for $100, it's the best value out there right now. It's light. You can keep the it's a 2-piece, so it's not a single wall, it's a double wall, but this stays together and it packs up in that little bag that you just saw, that little stuff sack, and it sets up quick and easy, and it's got just the right amount of space for your sleeping pad and your pack in the tent. There you go, it's all set up. So I have this Gossamer gear. I have some 1/8 inch foam pad. I have my Nature Hike Mummy R5 sleeping pad. I got a Trekology pillow. I have a Nature Hike silk liner. And then I have a Nature Hike comfort rated for 52 degrees. And tonight it's going to be in the 40s. So I think it's going to get down to like 47 or something. I do have a couple of things that are going to keep me warm. I have base layer, so tops and bottoms, and then I have my puffy, and then I actually brought some socks too, which I usually don't bring. But originally I was going to be out here last night, and the forecast lows were in the high 20s, which is insane. Florida's had the coldest weather in 50 years a couple of weeks ago, and then this week, Thursday and Friday. Today's Saturday, so it should be a little bit warmer, but it still might dip down into the 40s. But that's the setup. Now I'm going to cook dinner and then have a little fire. Got my Temu base layer on and just took off my Ultra Lone Peak 9 Pluses with the Vibram soles. These things are fantastic. And then I needed a little more cush, so I put the Super Feet. I believe these are the run ones. The hike ones are too thick. And then I use these Dirty Girl Gators, which even though they busted off, I still just safety pin them onto that. And then they also have a Velcro in the back here too. Now to keep the inside of the tent clean, I'm going to use this shower cap. And then what I'm wearing now, these are Zero shoes. And then I have my Injinji toe socks so I don't get blisters. I have to say I've tried the bootleg ones, the Aogini or whatever, and they wore out. You got to get the Injinjis, and these are the Ultra Runs. They're thin, so they dry out quick, especially when I thought I was going to be walking through the swamp, which will probably happen tomorrow. But today, day one was dry. I won't get you in any videos, unless you want to be.
I don't really care.
Okay, cool.
Where's it gonna go?
It just goes on YouTube. I started that fire at one spark. Shit is really dry, so hopefully it won't set the forest ablaze.
What was I known for?
Dinner is served.
Oh, nice.
Loaded baked potato. It's about 7:30 p.m. It was a fantastic day of hiking. My mind, body, and soul are in harmony. Good morning. It is 6:02 on Sunday, February 8th. It's also my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. I'll give you a call when I get signal. It's currently 48 degrees here. It was cold. It was really cold last night. So I initially went to bed wearing just my base layers, and then I woke up around midnight and I had to throw on the puffy and had my beanie on. It was a pretty quiet night. I heard some wolves howling, or some coy dogs, or whatever they call them around here. Maybe it was that same one that I saw last night as I was entering camp. I slept good. Sleeping pad was comfortable. Sleeping bag rated for 50 degrees comfort was warm enough with the additional liner and the clothes that I had on. The way that I get really good sleep, let me give you a little secret. So I wear these earplugs. Very helpful. And then I sneak down my hat like this. So it's like a sleep mask, earplugs. It really helps get good quality sleep. I woke up around also 1 o'clock, and I checked my phone, and I happened to pull up Gemini to see what the plan was. And this is hilarious. Gemini is hilarious. You're awake at 1:07 a.m. on a 49 degree night. You have a massive 19.3 mile day ahead of you through the swamp. You need every bit of rest you can get right now. Your alarm is still safely set for 6 a.m. Put the phone away. Bury back into that sleeping bag and get another 5 hours of sleep. You're going to need it. Good night. For real this time. I said, LOL, will do. And then she said, get some rest. Your alarm is set for 6 a.m. Sweet dreams, and see you in the morning for the big push. Half moon. And I know I can't say it, but beautiful starry night. Breakfast of champions. These great value Walmart ones are only 350 calories because they're not jumbo and they're glazed, not iced. So they do not compare to the ones that I usually get. And they definitely don't taste as good as the Mrs. Fields creme brulee. If you know, you know. I'm skipping the coffee this morning. We're going to start with that 200 milligram energy electrolyte combo. Did you hear that hoot owl? Keeps getting closer and closer. Listen again. Went down to 44 degrees right now. It's cold. So while this Dyneema pack is water resistant, it's not waterproof. So everything that has down and that I want to keep dry, I put inside this Nyla Flume pack liner. So we'll put my sleeping bag in here, I'll put my clothes in here, my puffy, and then we'll be waterproof. Yeah, it's cold out. It's not 50 degrees yet, and while I won't be hiking in the puffy, I'm definitely keeping the base layer on. And you can see where Beacon is, and I think the trail's right over here. So, trying to get out of here in the next 15 minutes. It'll be about 7 o'clock. That whole tent stuffed into that stuff sack and compressed down. Way to go, Nightcat. 7:30 on the dot almost. I'm leaving Little Gopher Campsite and I'm starting my 20-mile day. I'm headed through the swamp, hopefully getting to, I guess, Big Marsh campsite for lunch at around 11 miles, and then gonna make the trek on to, because I'm a day early, I think Miri Canada said that the site actually had a spot open tonight but not tomorrow. Unfortunately, she's not available on the weekend, so if Soggy Socks hasn't opened, oh, that's a big, oh, you missed it, looked like a big crane. If Soggy Socks campsite has a spot open, I'm going to take it. So I think that's about 21, 22, maybe 23 miles on the day. So we're going to have a big 20 miler today. And I'm feeling great. Trail conditions are excellent. Temperature just hit 50 degrees-ish. I think it's about 50. And we're making our way. Sun's coming up. Beautiful sunrise. I see them. I don't think they see me. 2 hunters. So, glad I got my orange on, because there's active hunters. I heard a gunshot early this morning, and then I saw those 2 hunters right now. Headed east into the sun. Hopefully I don't lose those orange blazes. Okay, this is cool. A little sketch. That's the canal, I guess, all the way back down to where I got water right before Little Gopher. I'm not a hunter, and I don't know Florida's regulations for this area, but how come they were in all camo and didn't have any hunter orange on? Huh. 8:30, 1 hour in. 3 miles down. It's warmed up enough to take the beanie off, or I've warmed up enough for both. It is currently 49 degrees. Well, it took over 20 something miles, I think about 22 miles, 23 miles before I hit water on the trail. So, time to get our feet wet. Spoke too soon. It was just a teeny tiny little area of mud. All right, let's continue on. Okay, what do we see here? Bowman Island that way. Well, it's about 9:30, so it took me an additional 2 hours to get here. So Gemini, I appreciate the options. Option A was to get here last night. You gave me some words of encouragement, but honestly, I would have been exhausted and in the dark hiking at night, and that's a recipe for trouble. So I'm happy that I stayed at Little Gopher, and it is currently, let's see, it's warmed up. It's 57 degrees, so I'm taking the base layer off. I'm gonna have a little snack, and then we're gonna press on. It's an appropriately named pond for an optometrist to walk through. Eyeglass Pond. Not so much water in the pond today. I keep thinking that I'm gonna hit a lot of water So far, so good. This doesn't look that bad either. There's the orange marker up there, and we gotta go to the left. I think we just stick to the mud and we should be okay. Yeah, it's a little quicksandy. Oof. Slop. All right, feet got wet. Not bad. 28 miles in, I think. Yeah. I think this is the appropriately named Big Marsh. Lots of animal prints all around. Lots of hikers and hunters. A little squishy mud. Squishy, but it's not wet mud. Just squishy. Lovely day. Power lines coming up. Big Marsh Campsite. There's no picnic table, no benches, no water source, no privy, no nothing. We're gonna keep it moving. About a mile up the trail, where all these gunshots are coming from, I think there's a trailhead that has picnic tables and a privy. I'm not so sure if there's any water, but that sounds like a better spot to have lunch. Onward. This is known as the pond. So the pond is more of like a mud hole now. See the little orange stick in the mud? That's where we're going. This is muddy. This is wet. But we're gonna keep it moving. See how deep it is. Not too bad. All right, we made it to like what, mile 30? And I just have to head across over there to the woods. My feet get a nice little cool down. Ankle deep water. Lots of minnows. Don't see any gators. No pythons. And we're almost across. That is a swamp buggy. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's how they're getting through all this stuff. Holy shit. That is massive. I've never seen a piece of equipment like that. Wonder if I can get a ride on one of those. Wow. That thing looks fun. So this is a little hidden gem. I must have missed the comments, but this is, I guess, the caretaker's little shack. Nobody's here right now, but I checked, the water's running. I didn't check the power, but at least it provides a little shaded area that I'm gonna sit here and have some lunch. And look, there goes another swamp buggy. I'm surprised they don't do tours with those things. Maybe they do. Letting my feet air out a little bit, cleaned off all the sand and swamp grime. Got my shoes drying out over there, and I actually was able to wash my socks in a sink, utility sink, and now they're drying out over there. So I'm not gonna be here long, maybe just, I don't know, 30 minutes for lunch, but it's nice to get cleaned up a little bit. A little oasis here. What's on the menu today? Tortillas with chicken, garlic and herb style. Some gummy sharks and jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. And I just met Al, super nice guy. He said I can fill up with the water here. It is well water, but it's filtered, so I don't even have to filter it. It's great. See, I knew it. A deer and a hog, and that's exactly what I saw. The hog trophy, I guess that's the biggest one somebody killed. It's 218 pounds. There was one that was running through the bush that looked about that big today. I don't know what the rest of these things mean. 1 o'clock, back on the trail. I think I'm just at about the halfway mark, which is incredible. Got little butterflies floating by. And then there is I guess a gun range over here. But I get to toss my trash in the dumpster right now. Well, I'm more than halfway. The halfway point actually was before I stopped for lunch. So I am on mile 32-ish. and I'm trying to go, I guess, another maybe 10 miles from here. I'm gonna go probably to the Soggy Socks campsite, and if there's a spot, I'm taking it. So hopefully it's 1 o'clock. If I can do these 10 miles in a little bit less than 5 hours, that should give me maybe a half hour to set up the tent and start to make some dinner before it gets too dark and I'll need a headlamp. So that's my goal. So I don't know what the rest of the trail's like, but I heard it's not as swampy headed east from here. So I'm gonna pick up some ground and pick up some time. I see you guys. 1, 2. You want to borrow my Hunter Orange? Oh wow, there's more, and a little. Oh wow, a whole little family. I'm not a hunter, don't worry guys. No gun, no bow. A lovely breeze has just emerged from the forest here on this little, I don't know, power line road. And then I see civilization ahead. Cars are zooming by. I think I have a little bit of a road walk on this highway here. Is that a little blue heron over there? Maybe. These cars feel like they're flying by. I think the speed limit's only 50 though. I feel like they're going 100. It's not too bad of a road walk. I think it's less than a couple of miles. So maybe it's that turn up there. All right, back into the woods. So that road walk wasn't that bad. It was pretty quick. It was only 10 minutes or so. FTA, Ocean to Lake, hiking trail, Angels. Appreciate you. Thank you. There's a little bit left. I am gonna probably 1/4 of a liter there. The other 2 are gone, but yeah, I'm gonna take that down right now. The sun is coming out. It's getting hot. I'm starting to sweat. Onward to Soggy Socks, which is just about 4 miles. I think 4.2, and it's just about 3 o'clock. So a couple miles an hour, that puts me right around 5 o'clock. It's a picturesque little bend of the trail. And we're back to walking on dry and soft pine needles. Look at this big old pine tree flaking off there. Cool to see all the layers like that. Wow. We got a boardwalk. Really dry down there, rooted by the hogs. Oh, it's a little short one. Well, that was it. So this is a good example of what the hogs do to the trail. And I'm not sure why they do it. Are they looking for food under there, rooting around? I don't know why they picked the trail in this area. And I hear some people up here. Shout out to Mike and Cindy, 45 countries and counting. They're sharing some good stories about parts of the Camino and the French version of it, and gave me some Florida tips. So it's always nice meeting somebody on the trail who wants to take time to share. And then they pointed me in the direction of a 10-foot gator, so we'll see if he's still there. Loxahatchee Tower, Loxahatchee Slough Tower. It's mile 39. This was the original stealth camping spot if I was going to be here tomorrow night, because I wasn't going to be allowed to legally camp at Soggy Socks or Lucky Hammock. So let's go up and take a look around, and then also try to find that gator around here, unless he's right over here somewhere. Little grove of palm trees. So there's a helicopter flying over there, and earlier today I saw, I think it was in Corbett, they had, it said no hunting with guns, no hunting with bows, no trapping, only aircraft, and I guess that's what they mean, maybe heli hog hunting. And there's some hogs up here. Are you hiding from the helicopter? Oh, scared them. There's the big one. Stop messing up the trail. It's okay, it's your woods. This is cool. What is so special about this area? Wow, they tore this up. It's like a lunar landscape. And another boardwalk. Let's see where this one takes me. Oh, a little short one. Guess this can get really flooded, but not this hike. Some nice roots on the trail. That's more like what I'm used to. Boardwalk number 2. Let's see where this one goes. Oh, it's got a bend. Ah. A flooded prairie. Nice, it continues on. Joseph Vasquez, Boy Scout Project. Very nice. Thank you. I thought we were going to get bog boards, but we get a nice little elevated walkway. I like the shingles for grip. All right, big birds. I don't know if that was a heron, blue heron. I love it. And thank you to the trail crew who built and maintains these. That would not be an enjoyable end of the day through that. Amazing. I like it here. Is that crickets chirping already? It's so quiet. It's green. Soft ground. Except where the hogs have hit it up. I've got to be getting pretty close to Soggy Socks. Maybe it's just around this bend. But I like this woodland vibe. It feels very secluded and much different than the marsh. Ha! I almost missed it. I was attracted to this bridge over the canal, which I want to take a look at real quick before I go to the campsite. Okay. I think there's going to be big gators visible. And I guess this is where you get the water from. Those banks look pretty steep though. I guess people go down here, huh? I guess that's where we're getting water. And I see a cormorant up there drying its wings out. And an ibis. Maybe people go over here. It's looking a little murky. Maybe I'll walk down a little bit. I don't see any gators. Actually looks pretty clear. Huh. Okay, canal. It's probably a bunch of agricultural runoff in here, but it's gonna make do for tonight. And I think tomorrow morning, only about a mile or so up, there's a pitcher pump, but I'm not a big fan of those because look at all these shells. The water tastes bad. There's a jawbone something. I don't know if that's a jawbone. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the back of the shell. Soggy socks. Let's see if anybody's home. Look like the hogs made it their home. Oh, nice. I guess this is the spot. Great. A couple tents could fit here. And then there's tent spots over here. It would be nice to be in this area right here. It looks like this is a perfect spot. No widowmakers. 445, mile 40.5. So that was a 22-mile day. I'm feeling freaking fantastic. I'm happy to be here at Soggy Socks. And then instead of doing this, what I originally thought was going to be 5 days, now we're going to knock it out hopefully in 4 days with a final push tomorrow. So let me set up the tent. Ooh, there's another tent site right here. And make dinner and then filter water. Tonight's dinner, Nor's Ray side. I love the cheddar broccoli one. And then because I got extra food, because I thought I was going to be out here at least another day, I'm going to eat another energy bar, protein bar, another protein bar, and then for dessert, I got this knockoff Great Value Milky Way. And then because I'm fancy man, we're going to have some Bigelow herbal tea called Sweet Dreams, and I'm sure I'm going to be knocked out because the sounds of nature at this site are amazing. I'm already hearing all the wildlife. I hear a hoot owl, I hear the crickets, and it's peaceful. My daily dose of billions of microplastics. But man, that cheddar broccoli sure tastes delicious. This Nightcore lamp that I have, headlamp that I have, it's pretty freaking powerful. Good morning. It's Monday, February 9th. It's about 50 degrees out. It's going to be a beautiful day here as I leave Soggy Socks campsite. And I'm headed over the canal and in the home stretch. 22 miles to go today. And I got ideal hiking conditions. Any wildlife out here? Oh wow, what a pretty picture. Alright, let me get a shot of this. It's feeling very Jurassic around here. Oh wow. Sun rises over the savannah, it looks like. Hopefully it's not just a Martian disguise. I don't know, I'm starting to see the white sugar sand. I Can't smell the ocean yet though. Hog activity. And there was a huge, oh my god, there's more. Probably twice the size of me. Over 200-pound hog just running through here. And then there was a few more following. So I don't know if the big one was like the leader of the pack. But yeah, this area is crazy torn up. And they're definitely here right now. They're so quiet though. I thought they'd be noisier. No more stragglers? Alright, here I come, guys. Yeah, they were over here and then they ran this way. They kept going though. I spoke too soon. Uh-oh. It looks flooded. And it's probably mid-shin deep all the way up. Let's get wet. Woo! Chilly. A little swampy, a little chilly. But it's early in the morning. I got my thin and gingy runs on and my Ultra Lone Peak 9 Pluses. And it's a beautiful sunny day. It'll dry out quick. Foot clock. I know that Florida was the ocean floor for a long time, which is why there's hardly any elevation change here. But maybe I'm starting to see more and more seashells. Yeah, definitely. And that's a sign I'm getting closer to the coast. So I'm excited to see all these seashells. Oh wow, civilization. I see houses. Haven't seen those in a long time. There's the turkey vultures. Wow, they're big birds. Oh, there's nests up there. No, they're just chilling. Right on the canal. Still no gators. Just saw a couple out for morning bird watching. And now I'm on this little access road next to the canal headed towards Riverbend Park, which is about a mile up the road here. So redhead. Good morning, birds. What you up to? That's the sound you make. Very cool. Wow, yeah. Super close. That is a big bird. You're like 3.5 feet tall. Uh-oh. What's everybody doing? You guys gonna follow me? Wanna go for a hike? Whew. 8:30 in the morning. It's 55 degrees. It's time to take the beanie off and get out of these thermals. And this beautiful bench just presented itself, so let's do it. The outline of my pack in salt. That means that I was sweating yesterday. Well, I'm happy I stopped to take the base layer off, because as I was doing so, I took off my shoes. There's a bunch of crap in there. While the trail gators, the Dirty Girl gators, are pretty freaking amazing at keeping crap out, they're not perfect. So it was lucky break that I took a break. So my feet are going to remain in good shape, hopefully for this whole hike. Heading into Riverbend Park, and there's deer up here. Yeah, there. That is a buck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-point buck right here. Oh wow, a bigger buck right here. Wow, nice. Splashdown. So now we're headed through the underpass, and I think we're going to start walking along the highway towards the Jupiter Shopping Center, which I had planned on stopping by for lunch, but it's only like 9 something in the morning, so we're going to skip it and just keep pushing through. I think I'm doing over 4 miles an hour, which is a good pace. Makes sense because everything's basically just paved park trails. So up there on the left, I think, is the Jupiter Shopping Center, where they have guacamole Mexican restaurant. I think there's a Thai place, and I believe there's a Publix there as well. But I don't need to stop. This is I-95. I've driven past this point probably a dozen times. I had no idea the Ocean to Lake Trail went right by 95. Nobody notices me. Crazy. Kitchen Creek Campsite. That was in JD, Jonathan Dickinson. I remember that name. 5 miles. And I think there's a pitcher pump there too, but let's go. We're going under I-95. This is crazy. Under I-95. I've driven right above my head many times. By I-95. This is Cypress Creek. Must be usually pretty wet, but not today. Creek Campsite. Yo, I'm not saying who gave me the advice, but I was told that if I was hiking through this area on Monday night, tonight, and I needed a campsite, there was no permits available for Soggy Creek or Lucky Hammock, and I'd have to hike to here. So from Soggy Socks to here took me about 3.5 hours. Now imagine doing that at the end of a 22-mile day in the dark after you're exhausted. Questionable advice. Okay, so what advice would I give if there's no permits available and you needed to camp somewhere in that area? Well, there's a lot of spots just beyond the Soggy Socks by the canal. There's tons of flat area that you can throw a tent. If you were feeling tired before that, to be honest, that tower, Loxahatchee Slough Tower, it's got some flat ground around it, and I'm not going to say that I've never done it before, but I've actually stealth camped inside the top of the towers, but that's unofficial and illegal to do, so you didn't hear that from me. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you're unable to get a permit, just go to the campsite and see what the deal is. I think a lot of people will try to get a permit and then realize that it's not for them, or they fall behind schedule, or they end up not going on this trip. You never know. So if you get to a campsite and you don't have a permit, see if you can make a call and see if anybody canceled, maybe. Or you can just set up, and if somebody does come that has a permit, you can ask them if you can share the site. A lot of these are big enough for more than what they say they're big enough for. Or you can just pick up and move and try one of those alternative stealth sites. So just get out and hike. Don't worry about that stuff. You'll figure it out. The whole trail turned orange. Hobe Groves Canal. Oh my God, it's elevation change. No way. Wow, a whole 10 feet. And a water crossing. This is amazing. What? Let's do it. Woo! All right. Unexpected, pleasant surprise. Huh? Who knew? Maybe I should have checked my far out waypoints. But I'm excited because I'm in the home stretch. Entering JD State Park. Fees apply. I already paid at the ranger station to park my car overnight, which includes the day fees. But for those who don't know, I think there's envelopes in here. Yeah, take an envelope from here, and then you put your money in, which I think it's like $4, and then you put it in there. It's the honor system. Palmetto and palms. Better safe than sorry, right? Even though I feel great, I'm not going to try to fall into that trap. I got about a liter of electrolyte water left. However, there is a pitcher pump somewhere around here, and I think I'm going to camel up, drink half a liter, and then fill it back up full. So I'll have hydration in my system and a liter to carry me through these last 10 miles. Where is this place? Huh, I don't see it. I saw a sign that said campsite this way. Oh, is that way up there? There's a privy here. I haven't seen a privy this whole entire trail. Bear box, garbage, and a picnic table with a fire ring. I think I'm gonna sit down and I'll have lunch here. I know it's a little early, but let's do it. Beautiful. Maybe I'll put this in the shade. It's a nice looking privy. And then here is a pitcher pump. So this water is meant for you to prime it if it needs to be primed. So let's see what we're getting out of here. Let's give it a couple pumps and see. Nice rusty water. Oh, it's good to go. Whew. Cold and clear. And this one, instead of smelling like rotten eggs, it has more of an iron smell to it. So I think it's coming from deeper down in the ground because it's really cold, and then it's probably coming up through that rusty pipe. But I'm very thankful to have this. Easy to get. It'll be easy to filter. It won't be clogging up the Sawyer Squeeze. What's for lunch today? Walmart pulled pork with the tortillas. Gonna eat a protein bar, and then my favorite, we have gummy clusters. Nerd gummy clusters, so delicious. And then I think I'm going to try some green tea just to change up the flavor. And yes, it's decaffeinated because I don't drink a lot of caffeine in my regular life. And then we'll finish off the day with an Energy Rush citrus flavor. Most people lick their spoon to get it clean. I lick it and use a tortilla. And I don't know why it's such a major thing for such a small thing, but having that polished bowl, I had one without and one with, and it's like, I don't even know if I want to use the other one. Such a weird little thing. Maybe it's because it reminds me of it being a normal spoon. Kind of bummed I'm not going to be out on the trail eating this tonight. That is my Walmart Great Value turkey stuffing. Power lines. Down that road is where I parked the morning after I camped in JD State Park and did this hiking loop. And part of it was right on this trail here. So familiar territory. I did this. It was only about 6-7 miles, so about a month ago. Thank you for the boardwalk. cool tree. I think the majority of the forest is behind me. The trail has gotten quite sandy, and I like it. Somebody told me, oh, it's sugar sand, it feels like you're in quicksand, there's a lot of resistance, but it's soft, it's nice, and I believe it's only for a few miles, so we'll see how I feel in 3 miles of this, but so far it's a nice change. I like it. I feel like I'm cross-country skiing with these sunglasses on. The sand looks like snow, and with the poles, the movement makes me feel like I'm cross-country skiing up gentle slopes. These little dunes are awesome. Gradual up, gradual down. Very nice. Houses. And I hear cars this way. I think I'm getting close to Highway US 1. I love it. This is my favorite part so far. Rolling dunes. Peace out, JD. The last of the state parks. Now we have US 1. And the crazy thing is my house is directly south, about an hour and a half. We're gonna cross here. Entering Hobe Sound. The last couple miles, I believe. Nothing ahead. I think that means the sea, the Atlantic Ocean's coming up. You know what's hard to walk on after walking in the woods? Sand is easy compared to this. My feet are actually feeling happier on trail than off trail. I think this is the last split blaze. Heading down. Trees and a sidewalk. Thought it was gonna be a beach walk. Shade feels friggin' great. The Intercoastal Waterway, same one that goes down by my house. That means we're close to the ocean. This is the way vessels get in and out from the sea.
Oh, you probably wouldn't.
Look at this.
You're
We're
very lucky to
ending
see
with a manatee.
I know. Isn't that
How
cool?
crazy is that?
See his back?
Hobe Sound. Next stop, the Atlantic Ocean. Popular day at the beach. Let's go get wet. And there we go. Ah, feels freaking amazing. 60 miles ocean to lake. Actually lake to ocean, and we did it.
Mud poles and the boots with every stride. Sunlight struggles through the canopy. Just the sound of the swamp and I walking where the old spirits lie.